Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's reading and welcome to the channel. Of course, you know me as Stan, the Shadow Seeker, and today I will be doing a collective tarot reading for my beautiful collective that I perform every Wednesday. We are just not going to waste any time right now. We are going to we're going to jump right into the reading. So we're going to start with the What's the Vibe deck and see what divine messages needs to come forward for the collective. Okay, so immediately we have two cards flinging out of the What's the Vibe deck. So once again, twos could be really, really significant right now. So if you are a believer of angel numbers, definitely look up 222, 2222, or 22. And actually, we can spend a little time talking about that particular number. But I do want to mention that I'm not an expert on numerology, but this is what I know about 222. Now, seeing 222 can be a sign of balance and harmony. It can also be a sign of faith and patience, alignment and duality. And it also can talk about partnerships and soul connections. Seeing 2222 is a master alignment number, and it talks about sacred union energy. It's also a gateway for manifestation, and it can also talk about peace after chaos or some sort of spiritual upheaval. So this comes from my notes when I was researching about numerology, because every weekend I tend to do a little research on esoteric knowledge, spiritual practices, that sort of thing. And it's really because I really felt guided to do so. So, just a brief summary of those two numbers. 222 can talk about trust, harmony, relationships, and patience. And seeing 2222, it's a high level alignment, divine timing, and talks about spiritual partnerships coming into form, unions. So, the first two cards that came out that are paired together, it's the intimacy card and the clingy card. Intimacy says mutual respect, unity, closeness. And the clingy card says old exes, bad relationships, old ways. So this is a really interesting pairing right here. I'm really feeling this strong thread of energy that many people in the collective are sort of regressing, or they are sort of being plagued by some sort of karmic cycle that involves some sort of karmic imbalance with another individual or a group of people. And whatever this relationship may look like, you could be really clinging on to an old attachment style that no longer serves you, or just old patterns that really are not expanding your growth right now. And we've really been talking a lot about integration energy in the past few readings, and expanding and growing and elevating. So whatever this is right here, this would be sort of like stagnation type of energy, or something that is sort of preventing some sort of expansion or growth for you. I get the feeling that for some of you, this could be some sort of test, some sort of like spiritual, thing that you have to go through before the next elevation, or before your integration is over, for those of you that are still integrating at this present moment. But whatever it is that we are channeling into right now, there is this element of illusion. There's this element of something not being what it really was, or what it truly is. So there's this like deceptive energy that I'm really feeling, and that can be really specific for a small number in the collective. So we have the pay attention card. It says you're being asked to pay extra close attention to the signs you've been given, both the subtle ones and the ones that can't be missed. These signs will help you see how to best move forward in order to live your best life. I feel like that's a very straightforward message. I really feel like this is a very direct message as well from your soul tribe, your spirit team, the universe, whatever it is you connect with in terms of source. And it really feels like right now you are being guided to not be disillusioned by whatever this particular karmic cycle is for you. Because whatever it is, it's really preventing major spiritual advancement at the present moment. I feel like that's really deep. So I feel like that's going to connect with like a small number of you. Okay, we have the trapped card. It says stuck, no options, unforgiveness. So, yes, definitely something about this particular karmic cycle is really plaguing your mind right now. I get the sense that a lot of people within the collective, the ones that this is truly connecting with right now, that you have been really trying to push certain elements of this particular cycle in the back burner of your mind because it's been really plaguing you for what it feels like quite some time. And so you really don't want to give in to certain levels of emotion or vulnerability at the present moment. But there's something about this cycle that has you trapped in something because something really is triggering a lot of heart chakra energy right now at the present moment. I really don't know who we are speaking to in this collective. So this reading is really interesting because I get the sense that it's not connecting with everyone and that it might be hyper specific to someone's soul expansion right now. I get the sense that there are certain soul contracts that could be ending or resolving right now. So that could be looking really different for a lot of people. I'm also picking up this energy now too that something from the past is going to be brought back up and it's coming rapidly. I get this sense of like urgency or the sense of like impulsiveness or something happening very quickly or swiftly. So we're going to take this time right now and jump to the traditional tarot, see what messages come here. Okay, so this is interesting. We have the hanged man energy here in the upright position. I got several downloads for you, collective. Okay, so I am feeling right here that this is a moment to really pause and be still. That for many of you, things are not moving forward in the way that you would like. But there's this sense that a lot of this stillness is divinely orchestrated. For some of you, you are still integrating into some sort of expansion. So integration looks totally different for everyone. Some people move at quicker paces than others, but it's definitely not a race. And I do get the sense that there is something here about the need to really let go and surrender, to let go of egoic desires, expectations, but also this is a time to, again, shed old identities or thought processes that are really not serving you right now. To look at something from a different lens, a different spiritual lens, is what this really feels like. So there's definitely somebody still going through some sort of spiritual initiation at the present moment in time. Sorry, I felt like I was tripping on my words. So I'm getting the sense that someone is really in a sense of a lot of discomfort right now because they're not used to just, letting go and just trusting the flow state of things. But Spirit is really asking you to do that right now, to trust the pause, trust the shift. Because if you don't, you're going to force some sort of blockage to divine alignment, whatever that may look like for you. So things could be really, really slow and stagnant, or things could just not be coming into fruition as you had hoped. Now, for some of you, I'm getting this download where Spirit is really encouraging you right now to be still because it wants you to see a certain karmic dynamic or a certain relationship dynamic from a higher lens where you might be guided to try to understand your role in some sort of karmic lesson or soul contract that you may have with a person or other individuals. Now, despite whatever stagnancy you may be facing right now, just know that the universe has pressed pause on you, but it's not to punish you. Things don't necessarily happen to you. Things happen for you. I feel like you'll understand what I'm talking about. I may not have said it in a way that really, it's a way that people normally say it, but I think you get the idea. But just know right now you are being asked to surrender certain attachments that no longer serve you, to alter your vision and trust in the stillness and know that great transformation is definitely underway. You're currently going through it right now. Okay, so we have the Knight of Swords in the upright position, and we also have the Ace of Wands. Those two cards came flunging out. So, with this Knight of Swords, there is this certain level of energy where somebody is wanting to take decisive action. Somebody is very certain on what it is they need to do to get to where it is they need to go. And that's okay for those people that know exactly where they need to go because they've been trusting the process. But for those of you that are seeing delays, seeing stagnancy, this is a reminder to not be impulsive right now, to really be still and truly trust the process of where things are going in your life right now, and especially on your spiritual journey, because in doing so, you're going to be experiencing a lot of passionate insights or something that's going to spark a lot of creative flowing juices within you. And I really feel this on a very deep, profound level with this Ace of Wands. There's going to be a lot of new, like exciting, fiery, passionate opportunities that are going to present itself. But that's only going to happen when you truly connect with the flow state of things and just go with the flow of divine timing. I gotta admit, this reading is really sounding very similar to some readings that I've done a while ago about trusting the process, trusting the flow state. So that definitely is a common theme for my collective because I do channel a very specific collective. So for those of you that have just come across the channel or come across the reading, if you want to extend your beautiful high vibrational energy to help co-create the messages that come out here every Wednesday. Sorry, I had to take a little deep breath because I felt some intensity. I feel like another download's coming through. I definitely recommend that you like and or subscribe. This is a perfect way for me to definitely feel your energy for an energy transference. Okay, I feel like there's not much left to this reading. I really feel like this reading is very straightforward, but we just had a few cards just flinging out from one of my oracle decks. So the first card says, and I don't know why I'm getting this excited energy, but I really feel like someone's really excited, even though some of these messages may not elicit excited feelings among you, although some of you might feel excited for some of the things that come out. But we have the walk away card. It says, you're wasting your precious energy on something that will not bear fruit. It's time to turn your attention to things more aligned to your soul's purpose. So that's definitely very straightforward. So that's definitely from somebody's spirit team, soul tribe. And we have the card that says jump in. It says you're being asked to take a chance and give whatever you're questioning a try. The stars will never all align in just the right way. Sometimes you have to take that leap anyway. That is, sorry, I'm trying to see what this says. Sorry, the last part says, this is that time. I had to take a little pause here. This is really interesting energy right here. Very interesting messages that are coming through. And I'm just looking at the imagery of the card. So it seems like someone's really excited to start some sort of new adventure or take a leap of faith into something, or someone's being really encouraged to do that at the present moment in time. Okay, the next card says healing. It says your mind, I'm sorry, it says your body, mind, and soul are in a period of deep healing right now. You're going through many transformations at once, and you're being asked to allow yourself to receive the healing you need with open arms and an open heart. And I can definitely feel that for many people in the collective because there are many people that are still integrating right now into something that's going to align them to their true purpose, their true soul's purpose, to auth- their most highest timeline or authentic self. Sorry, I feel like someone's like throat chakra energy is like closed for some reason because I'm really tripping on words here. And the last card from this oracle deck that came out, it says difficult road. It says spirit of perseverance, being prepared for great things, walking the hard path in life. That's an interesting way to put that. But I'm getting something here that the journey is definitely not over. It's really just beginning. And there may be a difficult road ahead, but I get the sense and the feeling that these challenges that you may be facing right now or will be facing down the road, Spirit has aligned you to these challenges because it's necessary for your soul's expansion. So, whatever you may face, you already have the skills, the knowledge, the gifts to overcome whatever it is that could be or will be happening to you. Okay, let's see what other messages we can channel here in this reading. Okay, here's that theme of twos again. So we have the Ten of Swords in the reverse position paired with the Two of Pentacles. Here we go, Two of Pentacles in the upright position. So the message is very clear here. Right now, people within the collective are definitely emerging from a painful cycle of emotional overwhelm, while at the same time trying to balance your life and your emotions in the 3D. You're trying to present something in the 3D of that you have it all together, that you're able to handle the pressure and the mental anguish of something, even though you may not have fully recovered from it. But you are taking the necessary steps. You are on the right path of recovery. So, right now, it's essential for you to choose peace through prioritization, where you need to learn to balance your healing journey with real life responsibilities. I feel like that's very specific for a small group of people within the collective, but just know that a painful ending may have occurred, but you haven't fully processed it, but you could be distracting yourself with certain 3D ideologies like work, routines, other obligations. But right now, it's really important for you to really restore balance and continue on your healing journey, no matter how difficult it looks like for you right now. So let the pain that you've experienced inform your decisions and not control them, is what this feels like. So that feels like a very specific channeled message from somebody's spirit team. But yeah, it's definitely time for you to really balance and prioritize and definitely learn to be more adaptable when it comes to certain things that are going on in your life right now. But this adaptability that I'm talking about making choices that really align with stability for you, however that looks like, or however it shows up in your life. Okay, so I do feel really guided to end the reading right here. I'm going to actually draw two oracle cards to conclude the reading here. Okay, so I had to pause a little bit and kind of laugh because it's a good thing that this is a faceless YouTube channel, but just a slew of cards came out. But I feel like there are multiple spirit teams, multiple energies that are trying to come through with the collective. We've recently added a new member to the collective, So their energy definitely feels really intense right now. And a lot of these messages could be tailored for this particular person. So I will just read each card, and if I feel guided to add commentary, I definitely will. But the first card that came out, this card says, take a chance. It says, it's time to step outside your comfort zone. The world is waiting for you to take a chance. When you do, you'll be rewarded with newfound confidence and enthusiasm, and will begin to attract new results. The next card says, pause. And it says, you're being asked to pause before making a quick decision and moving forward. Allow yourself to step back, look at all of the possible outcomes, and make sure you're heading in the right direction before moving forward. So, again, that definitely talks about that impulsiveness energy that I felt earlier in the reading. It's definitely not a race. So, definitely take all the time that you need. Okay, the next card says scattered energy. It says you have too much on your plate and you have lost your focus. This is causing you to feel exhausted and overwhelmed. Prioritize your well being and create a new plan. The next card says, and I didn't realize how many cards it flung out here. It says, step back. You are being asked to step back from your life in order to gain perspective. When you're too close to a situation, it can be hard to make a decision. Span out and it says span out and view your life from a distance so you can get the perspective needed. The next card, it says, have faith. And it says, it's not always easy to have faith and trust that everything is going to be okay. Yet still, you must do exactly that. Because when you have faith, your life will begin to flow in magical ways that you have never imagined were possible. I feel like that's really deep right there. And the next card says release. It says you're being asked to release any toxic people or situations from your life. You deserve to be free of all drama, and this is the first step to achieving that. Now, the very last message comes from my spiritual messages deck, and this will conclude the reading. It says, your life is about to start moving quickly in some areas. Events that seem to have been on hold suddenly propel forward. Move with the flow and be mindful of what needs your attention most. Make decisions rationally but sensibly. Okay, so that concludes the reading. I do want to thank everyone for extending their beautiful high vibrational energy to today's collective reading. I know it may be a little bit shorter than most of the collective readings, but I definitely feel that this is definitely not necessarily a recurring message, but definitely a themed message from some of the earlier readings that we've done. So I definitely can feel that it will resonate for many different people for many different reasons. It'll connect in different ways. I definitely feel that very strongly. So thank you so much, Collective, for extending your beautiful energy. And I will definitely see you guys in the next reading. Definitely sending you lots of love and light and happiness.